Today we are going to talk about cells.
What are cells?
Cells are the building blocks for life.
Cells are the smallest living organisms.
Well, they come together to make up tissue, which makes up organs, which makes up bodies.
Cells are placed into two broad categories.
Prokaryotic
And eukaryotic.
Prokaryotic cells are simple unicellular organisms. This means that it is a one-celled living thing. The DNA is also free-floating.
Eukaryotic cells are 10 times larger than prokaryotic cells. They have a true nucleus, which is membrane bound. They are more complex than prokaryotic cells.
This is because eukaryotic cells make up tissue. Eukaryotic cells have organelles, or tiny little organs that flow inside them. Eukaryotic cells make up me and you. But more broadly speaking, they make up plants and animals.
This in contrast to prokaryotic cells, which make up bacteria.
This is an animal cell. An animal cell is a eukaryotic cell. As you can see so far, it's surrounded by a paint coat of blue. This is what we're going to call the cell membrane. A cell membrane protects the organelles, and it is the thing to help let molecules in and out of the cell. The cell membrane is made out of a phospholipid bilayer. Now we can see the yellow part, and that is the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance that all the cells float in. Here at the very center of the cell, we can see a purple circle. This purple is the nucleus. In the center of it is the nucleolus that stores all the DNA and chromosomes. The nucleus is responsible for how the cell builds proteins and all of that stuff. As you can see over here, the white parts are the nuclear pores. Now, right over here, we see this green part, and it is Golgi complex. Golgi complex is like a mailman. It receives, sorts, and stores proteins and energy and all that stuff. This is a vesicle, this little green circle, and the vesicle is what helps transport all the proteins and energy around the cell. This is the mitochondria. Mitochondria is there to help make energy for the cell. The way it makes it is it takes sugar and transports it into ATP energy. The mitochondria is made out of a double membrane. Lysosomes, these are the lysosomes. They help clean out the cell and digest proteins. Over here, there are some little dips that I made in the thing, and those are the vacuoles of the cell. The animal cell has a lot less vacuoles than a plant cell does, due to the fact that animal cells move a lot, so they need more mitochondria. And they don't need as much water since they don't go through the process of photosynthesis. Over here is the smooth ER. The smooth ER helps make membranes. That's why it's on the side. This is the rough ER. The rough ER helps make proteins. It has little ribosomes attached to it. Ribosomes are protein factories, and they build proteins from DNA. So far, that's all I seem to need to cover, so yeah.
first, it may seem exactly the same as an animal cell, but that could be further from the truth. Similar to an animal cell, the first thing that you might see is that it's the same size, and that there is a nucleus with nuclear pores and a nucleolus. And that there is the rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the mitochondria, lysosomes with digestive enzymes, and a Golgi apparatus. But upon further inspection, you'll notice some key main differences. Although there is the cytoplasm, within that there is the central vacuole. In plants, this is larger because of the fact that plants don't move and need to store more water. The second thing you may notice is this red line going around the cell. This is the cell membrane, which you find in animal and bacteria cells. But this green is the cell wall. This goes around the cell, and it provides structure and protection against viruses. Another difference you will notice is that there are less lysosomes. This is because the cell wall stops things from going in and out, so there will be less foreign bodies needed to be cleaned up. Another thing you will notice is these. These are chloroplasts. Since there need to be less mitochondria because of the chloroplasts, which take energy from the sun using a process known as photosynthesis. Another thing you will notice is this. This is your centrioles. It is used during the anaphase of mitosis. So this is an animal cell, and
This is a plant cell.
this is a plant cell, and wazam.
Okay, this is a bacteria cell. As you can see, it is considerably smaller compared to the other cells.
Eukaryotic cells. Nothing. Never mind. Hello.
The first and most important thing to know, this is not a nucleus, this is a nucleoid. The reason for this is because it is a free-floating DNA. It's free-floating DNA, which isn't contained by a membrane. These little blue dots are ribosomes. Ribosomes are held in this yellow stuff, which is called cytoplasm. And cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance that holds all of the organelles in it. Ribosomes are the only floating bacteria you will find in eukaryotic cells. Ribosomes make proteins for the cell. The mesosome helps increase the surface area of the plasma membrane. The mesosome helps in the process of DNA replication and in respiration. Some ribosomes float freely, and some are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum.